Kiambo Tata nZambi, Kimbo na Tata nZambi Bayete, Kimbo Sunini no Nini Samangla, Bayete Nkosi, Modimo, Elimo, Tata nZambi Mpunga Kongo Yabe, Nkulu Kulu, Yave Kongo Tata nZambi Mpunga Bayete, Matondo, Kwatulendo, nZambi Yave Kwatulendo, Bayete. I come humbly once before you again. Waiting to see any Campbell Tekeno. Luvuvamu Yala. Uh, Once again, I'm coming to welcome you to all of the Bana Betu, the Kongo Black people of the tribe of the 12 kingdom of Nzolele, scattered across the earth. Of course, that were divided into the sub kingdoms you now know today. And I give honor to all of you. I give honor to all of you who are doing the Most High's work according to what you've been called to do. I welcome all of you to my channel from all walks of life, whether you agree or not. I want to make a correction today. I don't know why I should have just I kept saying that Princess Leia was the mockery of the father of Esau, but it's really his wife of Yokuba. So I apologize in the past if I said that. I don't know what I don't. For some reason, it was a correction that is in my spirit, and I knew I was not quite accurate, but sometimes you get lost in your words and you mix them up, and I apologize for that. But it was Princess Leia as the mockery of Yakuba's wife, so I understand that now. Anyway, keeping all Kimball and Golo to Tatanzambi and Punga Talando a Kongo Yave, Matonda Masaki's love about Kimball, hallelujah, for this time that we are working to walk in the truth and the way. Help me, Tatanzambi, to bring the message that you call for me to do, that I will be able to help our people to understand because of the times we are in. As many things are starting to happen now as you are coming once again to do what you need to do to help restore your people and the things that are happening. Tatanzambi from the Father, yeah. Bayetum Kosi, Mukulu Kulu, I appreciate everything that you do in this time to help our people grow and understand. Nakomea bene yabe Kongo and get down. I give honor to Kuswa Kongo Yisu, to the Mwanda Velala, the Moyan Peve, all of the righteous of Izolide, the Pemba Kalunga, Yengi Pemba Kalunga, Ma Asalamu Maleki Kongo. I give honor to all the righteous, Bana Betu, Bakongo, Bantu elders, down to the 12, to Adama Yakongo, and Mama Adama Yakongo, Mama Eva Yakongo, and all of the righteous things that they're doing. I'm going to help me through this time. Bayete. Okay, I'm going to play the song. Again, once I do not own the rights, this song is only for edification only, not for redistribution or to make any profit whatsoever. I give honor to all of those, especially Elder Simon Toko, Elder Simon Kimbango, and Hadi, Elder Matza, Kempavita, all of those, King Nzinga. I give honor to Queen Nzinga, but they were both same title. Give honor to all the righteous. I give honor to you, Kasida Davidi. And I also want to honor, well, his name was, but they did call him, but the name is Akavundu, was a king. Maybe know what that's referring to as well. I'm gonna play the song and we'll get started and get the Por sua Kongo, Baete. Isso levou você, o Isa como que não, Samuna, o sono, o Isa como que não, Samuna, Samuna. Isso Cristo evoluzi, Samona, Samona. Isso Cristo evoluzi. Kuswa Kongo, Bayete, Tata nZambi, Bayete. Isso a Congo evoluzi, Samana, Samana. Isso Cristo evoluzi. Isso a Congo evoluzi. Isso a Congo evoluzi. Isso a Congo evoluzi. Bayete Kimbo, hallelujah. For those who are not familiar with the song, obviously it's giving honor. I don't know the complete translation yet, but it's for honoring Kuswa Kongo Yesu Kristu, the real Messiah, the Chiluba, the Bantu, that many people don't know about. I actually was on the phone today talking to a Native American person, and because the Most High is starting to reveal some things now. And of course, they don't even know what we're talking about either, because of I know there's a lot of history here that has been removed, and a lot of elders who are deceased that quite frankly would have been able to determine some of the stuff that I'm saying was pretty accurate. But as the world will soon find out, history is a lie. All history is a lie. Not say all history. There are certain things that are true, but many things didn't happen the way you think they did because there were certain supernatural events throughout history that were erased because it involved intervention of certain beings that people are not allowed to see unless you have the Mwanda Vilala, which is the Holy Spirit. And it keeps the people from really knowing what really happened and why they call a lot of Native American things mythology, why they call a lot of the Bantu things mythology, why they call a lot of Asian, even certain things mythology and stuff like that. Greek mythology, a lot of things are mythology for a reason. It's called mythology because there's entities trying to hide themselves that they claim they didn't exist, but they do. And of course, in Christianity, they don't know the full story because they're actually praying to these gods unawares in a form of another. By it. All right. Where do we start with this topic? This is primarily to the indigenous people around the world. This is primarily to many of our ancestry, the Bana Betu, the Kongo people. This is going to share with you why Africa has always wanted to be hidden. Even in the map I'm going to show you, they still got it backwards for a reason. They put, well, you'll see where it's at. It's not in South America, though. But there's a reason why they want to keep doing things because in my time and my travels to Angola, Africa, I know I experienced some things. Many people don't want to always agree because of certain beliefs. But of course, the dumbing down of the world has been done for a reason. And people are going to continue to do so. But now, as we see these judgments unfolding, many people are starting to doubt what they've been taught. And with recent things that happened, and I know California, we're about to get hit hard. There's a reason for that. But it is what it is. I'm gonna go over a book today that's gonna kind of put things into perspective because the Mwanda, fortunately, I found it in PDF form. I think you can get it on Amazon. But between Genesis 1 and 2, there's a gap about a woman and a man, and then of course Adam and Eve, which I thought at one point was just the fact that, it was an overall, and then we get to the two, not realizing, no, they omitted somebody. Okay. And now this story has come out about who this woman was. The reason why this person was hidden from the Bible was because the world was not supposed to understand that this woman was, in fact, the harlot that the Bible is talking to come out of. That is the woman, is also the woman who sits on many waters, on a beast, drinking the blood and the wine of the saints. Okay. And of course, the reason why you get so many people not understanding that there was Egyptian type culture before the flood and before Kemet was even born. But because of these particular entities, you have a false conception. And this is what the world talks about. This is why Satan has deceived the whole world, because I'm going to show you, and in essence, they kind of refer to Kuswa Kongo in one way, but it's actually a replacement. Actually, it's not really the brother of Shaitani anymore, but it's another brother that they called him this because but then of course we know Yisu, Kuswa Kongo, Yelvi Kongo, Benavi Kongo. There's Yahweh, the real creator, and then there's Yahweh the imposter. Of course, that's going to kind of sound a little confusing, but that's because Shaitani had to say, I shall be like the Most High. That's why we say Yahweh Kongo. Yes, and that's why I said it's all about your spirit, not the name, because Satan can't cast out Satan. So in order to get the correct Yahweh, you have to be in the spirit of the correct creator to cast out Satan, as I learned, which means you're rebuking the harlot spirit and receiving the Kongo spirit, or the Most High spirit, the nZambi spirit in truth, and the Bantu spirit, the Bakongo spirit, which is what the world doesn't understand that they've been deceived about. Okay. Christianity, this is why, and I've seen this many times, you'll have Christians casting out demons, and then all of a sudden their world turns upside down somewhere, or something happens that they don't expect, or things seem to be going strange, even though it looks like it sounds good, because they don't know you. You can't cast out demons unless they know you. You know. Now, do they masquerade for this purpose? Of course they do, because this is what they want. They want people to worship them. But the world doesn't understand, and this is going to explain that the real Messiah, the true Messiah that was given to the Bana Betu, to the Bakongo, to the nZambi, never, ever encouraged his followers to kill in his name. Now, did he want to, of course, do, that's what people understand, was he angry and wanted to see people who dishonored his father be destroyed? Yes, he did, because he was a judge. However, his goal was to get his people to unite in the correct spirit and preach love about the Bantu people. He did, contrary to what they had spoken in Christianity, he did not accept the behaviors of the heathen at all. That's why with their worship of their gods, they would have had to come through us, or through the Bayuda, because there was nothing about their society that was ever clean. They still aren't. And that's the deception. So that's why a person who didn't come from the righteous lineage, that's why it's not about color, race, anything like that. Yes, the black man, the true bond, the true people, the most, everything is black, but you must also be in the way That's why he said, I am the way, the truth, and the life. Nobody comes to the Father but through me. If you don't believe that as a Bakongo, as a Bantu culture, those are coming back to their spirituality, and you're hearing other things, those are the people that most likely caused the captivity in the first place. Because, see, Christianity didn't just show up in Africa, like there was part of it was North Africa time. It didn't just start colonization just out of the blue. What you don't understand is in nZambi and Pungu he sent them because we were arguing about the status of Kongo, about the law, about not understanding we were one tribe. We were all one, not many. The kings, like I told you, how he had a curse on them from Isami really when my last book, and I'll get back to people's comments on that. The Most High was supposed to be the King of Kings, but our people wanted to be like the heathens. And I'll show you where that started. That whole deception started because of this person, this individual. Now, the indigenous people of this world, contrary to what they have been told by historians, people who study artifacts, it's all run by the same type of people. Had their world turned upside down because of a revenge plot of this particular individual. She did exist, and you have worshipped her in different forms around the world. You just didn't know. But she favored the spiritual seed of Kaina when it was called to start. She favored Rome to finish the job that would eventually lead to the reconstruction of the destroyed city of her children, which she adopted Cain and mixed with his seed, and all these other seeds. So essentially, what Asia, South America, which it wasn't called it then, but North America, all of the delusions about how with the Moors and the Freemasons and all the other things that happen where they've hidden certain history. And I'll show you a symbol that actually comes from their ancient ways because it's been around a long time. Y'all don't even know. This is why you can't have this conversation. I'm still struggling with family members, still struggling with people, trying to help them understand the world that you live in, and the Bible even says so, belongs to the Prince of Darkness. That the nZambi does not give people rewards for sin. He never does. He can't break his own law. Okay? That's why, as I've been trying to explain to people, if you go and do something and then expect the Most High to be, okay, yeah, keep going on and do it. You want to do it and then reward you a blessing over something that you sinned. That's not going to happen. Because then he has to apologize to every person he put judgments on where it didn't go down like that, including the fallen angels. That's where the devil rigs the game in his favor. Lack of knowledge. The Bantu people, the Bakongo, the Benanzambe, knew the creator before any religion was ever established on earth. Through Nsemu, which was Shem, who was the righteous Nabi of his two brothers, who did not stray from the path of the Most High, even though, yeah, he wasn't perfect, and was able to help bring the one child who said, I'm not going to follow this no more, Bana, who was chosen by Tata. That's why jealousy has always been the biggest problem of everybody in this world. This is why people don't remember. You are fighting one huge family feud. You don't understand or remember this because of these beings I'm going to talk about. Okay? This is what's going on. It's just like the days of Noah. It was one big family feud. Okay. But they don't remember because once again, these beings were involved. Okay. You don't look the same anymore because of these creatures. You don't talk the same anymore because of what these creatures did. You don't act the same anymore. And then they want to call themselves aliens. Oh, they don't exist. Aliens don't exist. People don't even know who the aliens really are. Okay. They don't understand chariots. Everybody still thinks you're going to see a chariot with a horse and a rider pulling across the sky sometimes. That's just a delusion. They make you see that so you don't know that there's also what you want to call spaceships. Now, does it mean the angels don't fly on their own? No. But it even talks about how the Tata nZambi got on a chariot and came down. Now, people will say he never left his throne. People don't understand the Most High can be in more place than one. He can be sitting on his throne and still come down. Okay. People don't understand Tata nZambi. You know, excuse me. This is a lot of the people understand about certain things. But we will get into it and we'll show what I'm talking about. Okay, I'm gonna share my screen now. This is not what I wanted yet. 1 second. This is the Lost Book of Lilith. You can see where the institute is. I think it's available on Amazon. Okay. It's even called Her Institute. Gotta love it. So apparently, they've had an encounter with this entity, and she's gonna tell her story. Wonder why that's starting to happen. I told you they worship this. It says here, perhaps as a seedy story I tell, one that will shock you. Often the people with the loftiest thoughts have formed in the shadow, in them in the shadows. Descendants, however, like to think of their ancestors as clean. So some things are left out of history. Yep, definitely. And especially when it comes to Europeans. Should I dispel the myth? Come out from my guises and admit that creation is not as easy as you would believe? Are you prepared to entertain more than the idea of one woman and one man and one woman? Okay, this is kind of odd because, they worship this entity, and it would make sense that, someone would scribe something that she may speak, but so you got to be careful not to get too much wrapped into this. Okay. I know they talk about, oh, there's some things you shouldn't talk about, but the concept is that the reason why that the zombie is bringing this out, okay, is because the world is worshiping this woman and they don't even know it. They don't understand that the creation that Christianity has given you is not completely true, okay? And I'm not going to go too much into detail, but then I'm going to get into it. But this particular entity is why the world is upside down, why so many wars have happened, why so many people have died in vain, why you see children suffer, why sickness is involved, why so many things have gone awry, why you don't understand that they made so many things up. because this is her revenge. What's going to happen? My life began in the garden, not a tended one with flowers and neat rows, but a dynamic wilderness where earth was still struggling to pull itself away from the water. Remember, the Most High was bringing everything out of the water during this process, even life. This is why they kind of think, oh yeah, evolution. No, stupidness. The plants were various, but alike in their newness, we came to being in some instant made from the same fire and air. Fire and air. Interesting. I think Yaya talked about something like this. When we first turned to regard each other, his feet were planted in soil, mine in water. This is why we talk about serpents in the water, spirits in the water. We stood close, but still the boundary between the elements was clear. We stayed so long gazing at one another that our eyes did what language later would. He was particular to behold, the expansive flat chest, sharp green eyes, dark skin. Talking about Adama. Of course, we know he really was formed out of the soil, but of course, fire and air, that's why we part fire and air too. That's why you metabolize fire and water, by the way. Looking at him contained elements of looking at a reflection, but I knew that he was different from me. My first moment of being was intertwined with his first moment of being. Finally, he said, I am Adam. Lilith, I am. That's where you get the I am from. So neat. I said and stepped out of the water course. They weren't speaking English. They're speaking Kongo. So it would have been like this. Let me get to what I was going to do. Because, see, let's go. Let's do I am. So they've been monokeli, more like that. Monokeli. Okay, because they're speaking Kikongo back then. So be Adama monokeli Adama, Lilith monokeli. Okay. I stepped down from water toward him. Adama jumped back. I'm monokeli Lilith. I said standing still and staring with him. Lilith, I see. Okay, let's see what we say. Let's see, I see. That's my Amona, by the way. One who sees. Bikasa. It's monokemona. That's why it's Maya Mona. Monokemona, I see. Okay. All right, let's get into it some more. He said, circling around me and inspecting me. I turned quickly, placed my hands on his shoulders, and walked him backward to the water. When his feet touched the water, they slipped out from under him, and soon he was floating. He looked about himself quizzically and showed all the signs of being uncomfortable. I dove down and began to push myself through the water. Where are you going? Adama called out to me. Out there, I yelled back, Lilith, come back. I returned, although I wasn't finished. He went with the Earthman back to his land on the dirt part of the island. We continued our exploration. We lay in the pale green of the meadows, ate sweet fleshy fruits whose seeds stuck in our teeth, and followed the four rivers in hope of finding their end. When it seemed that the rivers did not cease, the day unfolded into night. When darkness fell, I felt more at ease in the garden. Great possibility lurked between the shadows of the taller trees. I got up and to run in the night and greet what waited to me, but Ahmad took hold of my hand. Wait for the lights, he said, his voice causing the night to be darkened. So this is when you're talking about controlling things, okay? He advised patient with such authority that I assumed that saw things which I did not see. When the tiny lights emerged from the darkness, I beheld motion that seemed beyond my form. So many small lights came out of the blanket of darkness that when the great orb appeared, Adama and I turned each other and held one another's warmth. On a rich, wet smell of earth rose up to us. Now let's see if Tata nZambi jumps in there in a minute, but I didn't want to read the whole thing. See if I can. I have a story to tell you, Adama said, stroking the hair out of my face. On the fourth day of creation, Before we came into being, the Creator made two great orbs. The bright brilliant one is called the sun, and it's a male like me. The orb is called the moon. She is a woman who changes her mind all the time. Now, why would he say that? Remember how the moon goes and changes cycles? Now go back to think what Enoch was saying about this too. In the beginning, when they always talk about a woman changes her mind all the time, this is why you can affiliate her with the moon after this happened. Okay. But the moon was jealous of the sun's radiance and began to speak badly of him. When the Creator heard her words, he hurled her down from her original height. The moon could no longer generate her own light, only reflect out of the sun. She fell into night, over she still reigns. When she fell, tiny threads of light were closed from her body. These are the stars. Now, like I said, take this all with a grain of salt because remember who's telling the story. Because if you go to what Hanok says, he talked about how the Most High created the sun and the moon. Okay? Because, of course, people will say, well, when the Most High created everything, it was good, right? But also at the same time, they're trying to keep you from knowing that the stars are the Malekis. This is part of it. We know the stars are because it says Shaitani took a third of the stars. Okay. I looked at the sky and found that Adama's story was true. Is it? We have to find. You have to ask the nZambi and nZambi a Kongo Yahweh to validate this. Okay. The almost circular moon illuminated the night and breathed light into it. She dispersed the blanket of darkness into the play of light and shadow. Hidden aspects of the garden were conscious as she smiled on us with celestial coolness. The stars shone with her example. Now, I know one of the things we can talk about is because the Most High did say in Hanok, if in Hanok it talks about if a luminary didn't behave itself, he would do something and they would have a problem. This is in the book of Hanok. Okay, so he said they would be obedient. Remember, Tata nZambi, remember he said, Kusma Kongo himself said, no one is good but the Father. Excuse me, this is going to be a little bit long. I apologize. I'll try to break it up if I can. Okay. This is why we say, quit thinking that everything was always perfect. It was about obedience because the only one was good was the Father. Okay. This is why Christianity is so deceived because our people understood it's about obedience of the luminaries. Disobedience means you go to a prison or you get in trouble. Obedience means you go, and of course, where these two entities are in the third heaven, as we talked about in Hanok. Okay. Now, people will say this could be true because the moon is closer to the earth than the sun, which is a fact. Now, what they're talking about in NASA and science is a bunch of malarkey. I'll tell you that right now. But we know the sun and the moon are not the same distance as far as when you can tell about when you look at them. Okay. So there could be some validity to this story. But like I said, Hanok was pretty accurate. And what you see up in the sky, even if you go look in Africa, is like that. The moon was closer than the sun. Like I said, this is a story from the you know who, so got to be careful. She might not be telling the full truth, but you never know. I doubt it, but we'll see. Because we know what the stars are. The stars set beside, let's see, hidden aspects of the garden were conjured as she smiled at us with celestial coolness. The stars shone with her example. She was their source. Adam and I slept side by side with his arms draped over me. I felt there where his breath began and how it traveled into me. My breath reached out to me and likewise entered him. He laid together psycho breath until the night orb was placed by the day. Now, let me see if I can go to. So remember, the Most High brought the things Now she's gonna say this. This is what's gonna hurt it. Remember, the Most High brought the animals to Adama to begin to name the Adam. Now, it's according to what she's going to tell you. She was there when this process began. Okay, let's see what happens. The problems begin the next day when Adama Yakongo began the task of naming things. So this is why Yaya was saying, if you know the names Adama gave to the creation, then the creation is how it responds to you. That's why it's important to be nZambi, Kongo, and nZambi, because then you will know what these things are called, or the spirits within them will tell you, because remember, there's spirits everywhere. The Mandavela will begin to reveal these things. Now, here's the problem, and this is something that I keep trying to get people to understand. If you do this type of stuff before the time, and I know that contrary to what people believe, there's been several kind of people like Maya Mona. Many of them disappeared. Okay, don't even know. Like what happened with Kempavita. Okay, don't think that some stuff didn't happen. Remember we were talking about Zumbi? They know that there's certain lineages that carry very powerful connections to Tata nZambi. Even many powerful entities, when they come down, the Most High sends them. Oh, we can't have this person here. Ruins everything. Because see, when Bantu people start to manifest power, it exposes the Vatican. 1000%, their whole story goes flat. Okay? So they use their people. These people here, this woman, she knows this because of what happened. Okay, this is going to expose me. This is going to expose Shitani. So these people can't show up. So I tell you, it becomes very, very, very tough to be like Messiah in Babylon, especially Mystery Babylon, where people like that should not be seen, because she wants her focus to be on who? Her children, her son, especially. Because if you start taking anyone away from him, she's got a problem. Baal has a problem, because see, then you expose the illusion. And so people like this don't get seen. That's why they didn't want to talk about Maya Moya and Kimbangu, and why they did all those things to them and anybody like that. That's why it's so hard to manifest the real Holy Spirit, because there are those watching you out there in Christianity that say, wait a minute, how did they do that? Oh, that's witchcraft, that's sorcery. That's why she's the one telling people that, because it exposes everything. Now that the nZambi said we're going to take care of this woman, this is the wicked witch, by the way, that they put in the whiz. Time is up. Now now what he's going to do, what happens here will cause the recompense. That morning, he did not lie, still gazing at me. He told me that the Creator had commanded him to bring order to the garden through names. I laughed until Adama Kongo that to name things would separate them and pose division. Ooh, now, you see the problem here. I'm going to tell you right now, this is where you get women's lib. Did you see what happened there according to this? Now, like I said, it may have some, modifications to it or not. But like I said, this is why this person would be erased from the Bible, because this is where the animosity of husband and wife come. And this is why Shaitani would now go through the process of flipping everything upside down, because this anger will then go to the process of destroying the Most High's creation. So she is already opposing the command of Tata nZambi, which you don't do. Okay? I question, see, that's why, they talk about naming things. It says it causes division. How? Everything's in unity. But that's why you say if you don't know the Most High's ways, you're always going to have a problem. That's why we try to tell people the Most High made everything in his image and to his liking. But remember, free will was always there. It was always there. And she's starting to go against she's starting to show her negativity. I questioned his before hadn't been sure, but now I knew that Adama and I came from two separate forces working together. Now why would that be? Remember, the dragon had already started to fall. So he got the thoughts now. We told you about this. The Shaitani will start this in your head. We were different beings with divergent forms and purposes. The creatrix had nothing said. The creatrix had never said anything to me about names. I found the idea absurd. Why did she call Tata nZambi the creatrix? Now, remember, silly rabbit tricks are for kids. We think where we're coming from? Adama stared at me, proposing challenge. You are a woman, or you are, they wouldn't have said that. You're a Muntu. But we say woman, let's go to this one. Kento, really. And Kento would be what he would have more like said something like that. Could be right, could be wrong, because it's very old. But Muntu, okay, which means all right. Like I said, the Most High is like, hey, I don't know why I pulled this book up, but it was like there got to be something to it. Because I needed it. The Most High said he wants me to, the Mbasi with the one is like, okay, the world needs to understand what happened, what went wrong. And of course, because of my knowledge of myself, there was things I can tell you that this validates a lot of things that happened in the days of Noah, and it's happening now. Now remember, Tata nZambi gives us a job to do. And if you don't do it, what happens? You get in trouble. Okay? This sense that our words have put different intentions excited me. I felt a new sensation pulse to my body. Where is this coming from? She don't see him out there nowhere yet, right? Obviously, the dragon, he hasn't turned into a dragon yet. There's no serpent. But obviously, the fallen one is starting to have his impression done. Because remember, this would have happened before. Because remember, he created Adama. He told him Maliki Makongo, he's above you. They said no. So you can see now her defiance is starting to be impacted somehow with the serpents. Not this, he wasn't a serpent yet, with Shaitani. Okay. Your names will not change a thing, I said defiantly, and raised one side of my mouth into a smile. Adama's gaze turned from a seductive to serious. I have a job to do. There is a system to create. And he's correct. I'm going to tell you right now, that the nZambi is order about everything. There is a system to his ways. This is why Shaitani now mocked it. There is the Most High has his way, okay, and Shaitani has flipped it. And now it comes almost to the point where he's saying, now do what you want. Even though he still have rules, okay, but that's where we're at. That's why things are going where they're going. I looked around me and low-hanging trees, grass system, a system all at work. You do not understand. You are a woman. Remember, Mosai said, you're supposed to be, I am first, you are second. And she didn't like that. This is where I'm telling you, this is where you get your women's lib from. But see, the problem was that started because Shaitani intensified. He did this on purpose. See, because originally, because he still wanted to fake like man was in charge, and this is what happened in those days, but still, how it works is when a woman stands up for herself, she changes the order of things when you do it the wrong way. Because see, Adama and Ava were never supposed to be like, okay, you just conquer her and you just do whatever you want and then, like that. No, it's a unity. It's union. Everything is in its place. Yaya, he did a video recently through our sister where he talked about this is why the Malekis were controversy. Why you gonna make this man? Okay. And this is how things started to get a little crazy. So most likely, because remember this is a translation, it's probably comes from ancient Samaria, from their text. So this is going to prove to you, based upon this story, this counts. That's why Tata nZambi said this story exposes the Kemetic version of Adam and Eve, where they said it's Enlil and whatever. It's corrupted because now you see that particular entity is telling you she was talking to Adama. So the whole concept of Egypt coming up with creation and the whole concept with Samaria and everything had the real creation. Now you're seeing it's all a lie because she told it. Because she's telling you in this book, according to the translator person who did this, that described it, she had a confrontation with Adam in the garden. So he was there. And Eva and Eva came next. So they were there. So this was not the Anunnaki. She is the mother of the Anunnaki. We're going to get into that. And became the wife of Lucifer after this. So obviously, remember the Mosai said, be fruitful and multiply. They're not agreeing with the sexual stuff right here. This is all a part. That's probably why they didn't want to put it in there. See, this is where he says, you lie down, I will lie on top of you. She said, no, I lie down and I will lie on top of you. Yeah, we're going to see that this is all part of this. So what you can see now is obviously she's being defiant according to the fact that she feels different. And I'm pretty sure it's because Satani has something to do with this. And the Mosai, of course, he see all this going on. Hey, this can't happen. But he already knew. See, that's what I try to tell people. The Most High knew what's going to happen before it even happened. Because his whole concept of his creation is meant to obey him. You don't obey him, there's a consequence. You're given a time for this. There was a time given. Boom, now your time is up. Now my creation will always be in order and sync the way I want it. Because he's that's why I try to tell people, he put the Malekis to the test. He put everything to the test. Because he's the only one that's good. That's why Kongo said, why do you call me good? No one's good but the Father. Okay, they change. Okay, and this is what I'm trying to tell you. These beings have foresight. So Shaitani, of course, is going to use this as an advantage after what happened with Eva, to where he is going to ruin the promise that Tata nZambi gave to Adama, which was in the first book of Adam and Eve. Okay? I can guarantee you Cain was a result of this confrontation because she also played her hand in it because they were together. So this is why they didn't put this in there, because of course they're talking about the creation, what they're doing. All right, so let me skip down. You're welcome to do this book if you want. It's up to you. I'm just showing this is the Most High. He wants to prove to the world that these other religions, they're deceived. She did exist and he did exist, and she's lying to people that Adam never existed. So it says Adam had begun. They need to leave. What's a complete? See that there. So now apparently she wants to escape because they're not getting along. Okay, I have the three secrets of God. The secret word of Tata nZambi. Her name, which echoed through me and filled the garden with his power. The name of Tata nZambi, his name, the name her name, the name let me go. When I brought my head down from the screen, I had sprouted wings, two sheer black wings which shimmered in the sun. My body, and now I'm gonna tell you right now, if you go and watch let me see if I can pull it up. I'm sorry if I'm going too long. It's gonna be kind of a long video. If you go and you look up the revenge of Ishtar, I guess let me go show you the book cover. Boom. Do you see the two wings? And she's on the bull. This is when she's showing. Remember, she said, I sprouted two wings. Boom. Okay. Hello. They've been lying to people for so long. They know who the harlot was. Okay. And this particular spirit is been causing havoc for generations. And is the reason why the indigenous people, they didn't even know they were praying. This is the same God they were always praying to you. She turned on you when it was time to go after the Kongo people. That's what happened. Because she now favored Rome. Rome will do the job. And this is what they do. They always were flipping sides. You fight, they always did this. You fight them. No, you go fight them. No, you go fight them. Different names. The whole time. The whole time to the children of Hana, of Noka. Oh, to you we're called this. To you we're called that. To you, okay, why? Because, excuse me, the intent was to get revenge, to get people to finally bring back, because they're dead gods and they need sacrifice. Always, especially the young ones. But the Bantu blood, the Kongo people, the Most High's righteous seed, is the power. Yeah, I think it's gonna hit. We're gonna see something here in a minute. I'm telling you. That's why I told people when I said that Michael, son of Michael, he stood up. He's had enough of this. He had enough of this. That's why. Okay. Lifted my wings into the air and felt my feet lift off the ground. The higher I got, the smaller Adam became. Who was on the bottom now? Who was on the bottom now? See, so she did. That's what I said. That there was more than the garden of rivers and fruits I saw once I crossed over the wall of paradise. This is why they lying about the location. They know where the real Garden of Eden is. They know it. I'm gonna show you a picture where it's still wrong. They know where it is because they know if Bana Betu, if the Kongo people reconnect to the lineage, to the linkage, all of these beings, their time is up. Her too. That's why they knew. When the Most High, he did something, and soon will be revealed. That's when the queen said, I'm out. Nobody really knows the real reason why the queen was gone. Okay. The nZambi already took the world back from the hands of the wicked. We're in the transition phase for months now, for months. But they still want to create interference. That's why this is so hard to tell people about Christianity. They don't know. This is the God that you're praying to. This is the son of Jesus is her son. And she mixes with the seed of Cain. With all her, and we can get started on this. And they took the name of the Most High and copied it. That's why you need the spirit to do it right. Yeah, the storms are going to start to hit California. Kali, you want to know something about it? Kali, that's her. Yep, that's her. Oh, actually, it's her sister, but they connected. That's where the name come from. Now you see why they're getting boom. Told you, it's over. That's why they put the Church of Satan over there. That's why Hollywood's over there. That's why they took it. There was Bantu people already there. They took it from us. The Watts was there before California was a state. Hey, did you know that? And we had buildings too. I tell people history is a lie. We built the Jerusalem that the Mormons think was built by the Utes. No, the Kongo built that. We built that after we ran away from the Spaniards. And also we ran away during the time of the Moors. They blew it up. They destroyed it because they knew it was not built by them. Telling y'all history. When I saw the desert beneath me, all doubt was dispelled. So apparently now there has been desert, which in some places, but she was already getting judged as if what it sounded like. There was more than garden of rivers and fruit. I saw once across the wall of paradise, weightless. I moved through the realms of possibility and felt individuated. I was not just one piece of an elaborate world. I was a separate force from the world. I was alone. Yeah, because now the Most High is like, hey, you don't get to make this choice. So she's already starting to get judged. When I saw the desert beneath me, all doubt was dispelled. So her world is now starting to turn into what? Death. The stark, empty hills, the valleys were open enough to receive me in freedom. In this new landscape, I could be exposed. I could roam without the boundaries of Eden. The desert opened itself to me with promise. When I saw the blue water which bordered the desert, I knew where I would dwell, the shore of the blue sea. The edge of where desert and water met was a dynamic place for my transformation. Okay. I will speculate that this is Atlantis. This is how it started. And I'm going to say that because I'm pretty sure from the spirit that I'm receiving on this, that this is where the Anunnaki started to live and come out and do these different things. The people don't even know. During the walk, I was filled with satisfaction, solitude, sunset. Okay, I'm not going to go too much longer, but okay. Now, this is where she claims she's going to have an encounter with the messages of God, which would be Tata nZambi. I awoke. She came to a cave. This is why, how could I feel sink into the cave? This is why they say be careful about going in the cave. This is why the people that are, we call from Eastern Europe, where did they come from? The caves, the Neanderthal, okay. This is how we get started. I woke to the distant feeling that I was not alone and saw three figures standing above me. Now, what's funny is this is similar to what happened with Eve. She saw three figures, Eva, and that's when she got jacked up by Satani, who was pretending to be Adama, by the way. So this is what I'm talking about. This is where you always get these threes and these stuff like that. I awoke to the distinct feeling that I was not alone and saw three figures standing above me. From the heat they emanated, I knew that they were not beings like the Earthman. They were made of other stuff. This one, small, dark, and intense, stepped forward. Lilith, where do you think you are? In my cave. How do you know me? We are the messengers of nZambi, of Kongo, because there was no God back then. I drew up my legs and sat up and continued. We are Sanvai, he said, bowing his head, then pointed down Sanzavai and Samanglof. Sanzavai leaned forward to me. He was very beautiful, rich brown skin and dark hair. He smelled of sage. Remember I told you people, the angels and the Most High, they were black. People understand this. Lilith, you must return to the garden which was created for you. So now if they're telling her to return, these come from Tata. Shaitani would not, I don't care. You mine. Not how he do. You know this is how we're going to start. Okay? These are lower angels, most likely. Okay? You must return to the garden. I arched forward to see and smell him clearly. Sweet angel, sweet Maliki, I cannot return. Adam's paradise requires my submission. So now, and I'm going to have to probably break this up. It's not a coincidence. This is a rebel. Rebel. Y'all hear the people rebelling? Okay. I'm telling people, man. I hate to kind of joke about this, but this is how ignorant that the devil has made the world from the beginning till now. Because they hid so much truth. They know why they rebel. So anybody who rebels against the Most High becomes on her side. That's why I try to tell people, there's only the Most High's kingdom and Shaitani's kingdom. And if you become a rebel with no cause, that's Shaitani. And see, many people have rebelled against Tata nZambi without cause. They don't understand that. Okay? Something about the way it said, charge me the way. Fine, I answered, mother of factly, I'll become a demoness and you can stay with me. So, whoa! And I can tell you right now, with the city I come from, Colorado Springs, I kid you not, and I know it's her. There is a building with this wicked looking creature that looks like a female spirit. And what I will tell you from my own perspective and my interaction, she ain't lying. She is wicked. A demoness is right. Okay? She didn't want to go back. She said, I'll become a demoness. I bet you she regret that to this day. That was the stupidest thing that could have ever happened. This is where you're going to get all of your historical good versus evil in many cultures now starting, because she's going to masquerade on both sides, just like Shaitani. So when she becomes a demoness, then she go with who? The fallen one, the morning star. Bye, peace out, first wife. And it starts, the nightmare starts from there. Gadriel, the one who deceived Eve, remember? Now he go, but because the other one, he got locked up. They got locked up, then they're going, now you got Samael running the show. Beam on them. All right. Fine. Okay. Like that day, passing again night, vaporized, and with just me, that being made of fire. Where Adam had held my arms, his hand above mine, and our tongues twisted each other in the manner of snakes. The angel's hands moved over me from neck to shoulders, to breast to stomach, and to my abyss, and brought sounds of no less wondrous than the name of the creatrix from inside me. My legs wrapped around his, and he entered me. So this would have been, remember he said, remember Simagloff. Remember we say Sema. Siemi, the seed sower. So this would be another version. This would be a name. This would be a fallen angel. This is Shaitani. This is be Lucifer. Okay, so he merges with her. Remember, they talk about they make these pacts, man, because she was already a demon, so she wasn't a woman. So it wasn't like they made a pact with the women. He's making it hook her up with the demon. Okay. Semengloff really touched me. His hand, okay, he bright sounds no less wanted than the name from the inside. My legs wrapped around his. It says, Semengloff and I turned into pure light and shot up to the heavens. While we moved around on those, then I could not understand. I was moved. My body felt, okay, we're not going to get into all that. And then he lay beside me and confessed. I said, I did not know. How could you have my she devil? This is, remember the movie She Devil? He asked while putting, when I was mourning. Okay, now it says, when it was morning, okay, it says, you have made a decision. Now the child that grows inside of you will be a demon, but that will not be enough. Your appetite can never be quenched, and so you will wander looking for men to father your demon children. Hold on now, which you will unleash into the world and not be satisfied. It can never be him again, so you shall search, and it can never be him again, and you will search, and they will come to you. Men of this world and of darkness, your race will live on earth alongside ours, but they will never belong to you. Hello, this is why she's the mother of harlots. This is why she's always longing for a husband. This is why she searches for every man to satisfy her. And she tricked Kongo. This is who tricked Salama with the woman. The Most High said, no, don't marry this woman. She's a wicked woman. This is what happened to Bantu people. This is what happened in Kamata, all over the place. Masquerading. The festival of Ishtar. That's why it's always sexual. Okay. I stayed in the cave. This is why the cave is always this. They put this. I'm gonna tell you exactly where you've seen this is in Beowulf. Sisters and brothers, this is where you get your dragons. She lures people in there and she makes demon children. This is where Elijah in the apocalypse said, you will suckle dragons. When they come in the days. This is why we tell you, and we have now learned this through Yaya and other people, not everybody walking around is who you think they are. Okay? So before there was a snake in the garden, there was a demon dragon woman, a she devil. Okay? That's why they don't want this in the Bible, because then you'll know who the harlot is. See, now Semigloff and I were made of different elements. Why? Because he said, I'm made of fire. Why am I going to bow down to this man? I knew it. I knew we would burn together and would be gone. Oh, and women are natural. You made the decision. Unlike daughters of the earth, you will not keep your children, and then all of them will be gone. So now, the child, the thief, and the angel. This is where the false trinity starts. This is where the false trinity starts. Because now we know, because for Kongo, the devil would use this to start deceiving the whole world. Oh, the Messiah came already. Oh, this is the Holy Spirit. Oh, this is the Virgin Mary. All this stuff. Because he has foresight. I've been telling people this. All of these so-called Christ-like figures was to disguise a deception for people to fall for the lie. And it has happened again after, when the Chuluba came to Malia Makongo through Tata nZambi, we know what Yosefi, the hope that there's some, I know something about that as well. Okay, there was already a story where this is why she tried to woo Nimrod. Oh, be my husband. We're gonna have a child. Who was Nimrod? Nimrod was remember it says she's the daughter of Anu. Look, let's go. Let's go to this. This is how she becomes the daughter of Satan. People, this is why people have lost, and I'm not going to go too much further, but I just wanted to get to the understanding. This is where the nightmare begins for why the earth started to become the way it was. Now let's see what happens. The second woman shows up in the garden. I had never denied these fruits. Okay, so women look at, and so I can't talk to the creator, cut off. Only Adam can. He tells me, the creator says, well, don't tell Adam, I only talk to you. Adam talks to the creator, and I talk to you. Woman held this idea close to her. Her eyes got bright, and she bit the lip of her lip. Who are you? I stood up. I am Lilith. Then I leaned down and pressed my lips against hers. We kissed each other for a long time. The taste of the first woman feeding the second, while second woman reminded the first she had forgotten. When the kiss was finished, I spread my wings and flew away. Wait a minute. Could she have been the snake? Let me see where it was. Here we go. The people, okay, she gonna say the rib too. You got a lot of people, like I said, you better pay attention to what people are saying. Adama was alone. He was going about giving names to the animals, and he noticed that each of them had a partner. He felt incomplete. He went to the creator and asked that a mate be made for him. Remember the story says that nZambi said Adama was alone, but he already knew this was coming, right? A deep sleep fell upon him. He while he slept, the creator took one of his ribs, created me. Because why? I told you, they look alike. Adama first saw me in the light of dawn. He can. How can one respond when she had been erased? That's how the story goes now. He was naming, he was lonely. She made for him no Lilith, no struggle, no creatrix. What's your name? I asked her, woman, because I was created from the womb of man. Everyone knows. My question puzzled her, but see, this is not completely true. Eva, okay, let's see if we can find out. So I'm going so long with this. Let's see. Divumu. Vu. Let's see if we can put Eva. Okay. Let's look at the word Eva. Eva, name, meaning, or origin. Life or animal, which I would say life would be correct. Life or living one. Eva ya Kongo, living one of the. That's why the dead people come, and this is where you get the separation. Why you say, and those unlike to Adam are like spittle. Why? Because you have another spirit who took over the heathens, and they are dead to the Most High. When she did these things and she caused men to fall, they are like spittle. That's why you can't be on both sides. Okay. Now listen what he did. So I told you, when you look at the Gospel of Bartholomew and you look at Shaitani, and I remember our brother saying the God really is a woman. Because remember, when it comes to the Malekis, they can be both male and female. This is why they're pushing this agenda with the transgenderism. They're trying to be like the gods now in the wrong way, the wrong context, because they have. All right. What is the name? That's why they get the word woman from, but it's really Eva, life. Okay. From my throat, I pull it, but she's a moon too because it's the head. Okay. I did not come from him. I was made by El. Now it says, she was not made from him. She was made by Tata nZambi, like Adama. She gave me, they call El Shaddai, but she gave birth to me in the manner that a woman gave birth. I stared off in the distance. You too will give birth, and I'm going to make something. No one's told me about it. All I know is I live in the garden. I can eat from any other fruit except the two that grow side by side, like companions. Even if I touch them, I will die. Okay? Here comes the apple. And then come, remember, Yaya did a video that Cain came first. What form is Shaitani really in here? This is going to tell you the part of the reason why you're going to start getting people doing the same sex stuff. I have never been denied these fruits, but brief stay in Eden have been free of denial. I wonder why these fruits were forbidden to her. Here we go. Woman, look at me from the head to toe. Where do you come from? A place without trees and without rules. A place where desert meets water. I come only to visit, but you mustn't tell Adam, the creator, or the creator. Okay. This is the stupidity, right? Because the zombie like, I see you. Okay. It ain't like he didn't know. Now, of course, we know how did this happen. Shaitani gave kind of the message. He made the water. He was behind all of this. She's keeping him out of the mix because they're together now. They all part of this. I told people that the first woman had an influence on what happened to the second woman, and the Most High saw it. He thinks he didn't see. He saw. Okay. Now listen. This is why she's going to take because She could be in a form of a reptile. You don't know. Aha. Because remember, she's a demon. Remember, she's a demon, she's a demon, spiritual demon, like a dragon. Okay. Remember the serpent. I stood up and leaned and pressed my lips against hers. We kissed each other for a long time to taste the first woman feeding the second. This is the forbidden fruit apple because it's a spiritual thing. Remember, when you commit sin, you're making interaction with demons. So she was there when she ate the fruit that was forbidden, and she was a part of it. So this is what? Why they say in the whole culture ball, we defiled your lady. And I know this because I know that I witnessed something like this. They love to defile your spouse and make you look stupid. Hey, I slept with your wife. Oh, I slept with your man. You see where this comes from now? I slept with your man, and you bragging about it. Hello? People don't understand this. So this was to get her to understand when the Most High said, you shall know the difference between the knowledge of good and evil. So this is what got them in trouble. This is part of it. Okay, so the first woman and Satani played a role in messing up the second woman because Satani set it up. Okay? Because he was against the fact that he didn't want to bow down to Adam. Now, how does that play out to what's going on? Okay, so you have, this is a map that was similar that I showed you in the past to all of Cain's dwelling. Now, I'm going to bring up this other map. I'm sorry I didn't mean to take this long. It's going to be a couple hours. I apologize. I really should stop now and break it out, but I'm on a roll, so I'm trying to do this. Okay, I'm going to stop my share. This is how you know that they changed things. I'm going to go to this map. Hallelujah. All right, now remember, this is how you know they're lying. Okay, this is the supercontinent. This one is supposed to be over here. And they know that. Why do you think they put it in America? This is where America eventually would be. This is the golden water. When they talk about the desert, this is the middle. This is the direction that Cain went. Here's Hanok's place. Look where they put Mount Sioni. That would be where Mexico and South America is. Why do you think they did this? I told people, man, they don't want Bantu people to know the truth. The Bakong, even if you discover this map, this is why people say, oh, I saw Adam, because they found evidence that he had an altar over here. Well, look at how far he was a tall dude, big dude, giant. No, it was over here. It was over. This is why I try to tell you, North America, this is why they say when they put the so-called two twin towers, they said Adam was put in that place, so it would be smashed into here. It would be right here. Sioni is over here. It's over here. Nod, now you see why Cain seed comes from Asia. Look where Nod is. The spiritual Cain seed today. But they're going to flip this. This became the U.S., well, I showed you the other map. This became the United States before. This is what they did. Okay? South America, all of this, Cain built cities all over this. Where Hanok is, Hanok was down in here. Where Cush is, the Most High says, stay away from Cain. Well, the devil tricked us. We started building Cain seed, and all of this stuff started to become what? Cursed. Down, thorns and thistles. You know? People don't get it. And of course, we got this other land out here. There's other boundaries that hide that fact. Okay? Now, when the Native Americans, now this woman I just talked about, this Lilith woman, she is the reason. Okay. She is the reason why, let me get to it. I know I've been talking too long. This is where this come from. I'm gonna show you the symbol. Okay, so we see all the gods of the Canaanite deities. She's a part of that. Okay, this is her husband here. This is where these other beings come from. Her spirit, okay, she's known. Let's get into this. She comes in, the princess, okay, brothers, and now she's going to say, I got a brother named Yahweh. Well, who would that be? Who would that be? Remember we said seed sower. He stole the name. That was an angel that had the name like a seed sower. So this is the masquerader that in the book, the one that was called Semingloff. That's this one. Then they got Lucifer over here, but they're the same. That's why Tata nZambi said, you must question every spirit because there's an imposter me out here, as well as an imposter, as well as the real fake dude running around. Okay? All connected to this. And they were black. Because when we go to them, there they are. This is Aquaman now. This is what is she? Oh goodness. Can't call her name. Not Wonder Woman, because Wonder Woman is this one. There's another one. What's that woman name? I can't call it. The other, these are your superheroes. They change images, everything, you know, whatever. They call themselves Elohim. This is why you got to be careful with that Elohim and Nephilim, because they're actually the parents of the Nephilim giants. These are the people, you see the double-headed snake right here? Remember what happened when she hooked up with the one angel, the snakes intertwined? This is where that staff was given to him. That's why I keep trying to tell people. Yeah, the serpent wasn't bad because the Most High did it for us. But you must be careful what spirit you're talking to. See, Christianity don't know nothing about this. So they think, oh yeah, thank you, Jesus, thank you, Lord, hallelujah. And see, in Africa and other places like this, these stories resonated. And they didn't even know, oh yeah, well, we call this God this. We call this God that. And these are the ones talking about, oh, thousands and thousands and millions and millions. That comes from them. This is the one with the two snakes. The vet is the one who fought Tata nZambi when he was in Gipity. Oh yeah, you playing with the big boys like they did in the movie. He threw down mostly threw down his snake. He threw down his two snakes, and then Tata nZambi snake. And they said in the book of Joshua that was a prophecy that it was time for us to come out. Okay. These are the people who are warring. They're in the form of reptiles and aliens. Oh, man, they're children. We fought them many times. Now they deceiving everybody. This is why they didn't want the awakening to happen. It's the end of them. When people want to say, oh, the Watchers, they were not just, this isn't just the Watchers. They got the other ones that came with them. These are part of the Watchers. They connected to them. Okay? This is why I told people stay away from this Nibiru mess. That's Shaitani's heaven. Now, when I put Anunnaki, Ra, sun god, this is the symbol you see. This is why Tata nZambi said, I have nothing to do with this God, so don't mix me together with him. But you got people trying to still do it. That's why he said, don't come out of fake Egypt right back into real Egypt, because they're the same. Just because they went from black to white, white to black, whatever, that's a ruse. They have different siblings and different bloodlines that changed color. And they're related, and I told you, it's a family feud. Don't think these white people don't come from the connection with us. Even Farrakhan said that. You come from us. We messed up, black people. We're the idiots. The nZambi said this world was meant for us. What did we do? We gave it over to what we call the lepers. They don't know. There's a woman who did a video. We made them art. We wanted to make these people worship the God in our image now. Shaitani was turned a leper. He used to be black. How do you know we know? Because they flipped it. Now to be white means to be beautiful, means to be gorgeous, but to be black is a curse. They don't realize it was the other way around. And this ain't about racism at all. This is facts. Go look at the book that's called The Destruction of the Black Race. Because there's no such thing as white people. I told you that. They got you in this race garbage to create distraction. Okay? But the people who are pale, just like they did in the movie Pale Skin. That's what they look. Oh, the pale skin. They look like death. That's what they're dead. It's the paleness of their skin is because they don't have melanin anymore. So that's why they're always looking for it. That's why they're always searching for, man, why you think the black woman, even in slavery, was trying to be with the buck? Oh, that bandingo, oh. People don't know slavery history. Get you killed, black man. Why do you think they wanted to enslave us? Power transfer, boom, they knew. Their own people don't know their history at all. Because when they were the ones stripped of everything, that's why they go stealing everything else. They lined up with the curse of Esau, boom, robbing and killing and pillaging and doing everything, and to each other. That's why they war. Because these gods are secretly driving them. Because they came to them and said, we'll replace the Most High for you. They always did this. Whenever Tata nZambi was out of the picture, they show up. Okay? They show up to every race. That's why they look like Chinese, Asian. They look like the Asian people. The Asian people worship the same gods. Anunnaki. They don't, that's why they said they give the symbols. Hey, just do this, then do this. Oh, okay. But there was a trick involved. They chose the Europeans to put back the seed because Cain was given leprosy. He was melanated when he killed Abele. Melanin gone. What? That made him angry. Again, jealousy started to happen. The whole concept of racism from all along was because of jealousy, family feud. I no longer look like my, because you were related. Wait, this tribe, oh, Gog and Magog. Wait, I don't look like Magog. We don't look like Magog no more. That's what started all this. When Esau was kicked out, he was given leprosy. I don't look like, I'm not brown. What? Nimrod, I'm not melanated anymore. Shaitani, say what? Ah! That's why they hate the Most High's image and his people and anybody that looks like him, even if they're not from Abana and Saka and Yakubi. It's because the devil is masquerading now that people don't know that they're not supposed to be mixing themselves. Because the Most High turned us over to the heathen, and he even proclaimed it in Deuteronomy 28. You will mix them because you want to be like them, you will mix with them. It's because the Europeans don't know their history. They were the ones all in the witchcraft, the Wiccan, all in the sorcery, because that woman was their god. She was a shapeshifter. They all are. And they're still doing it. These people can shapeshift like a mug. They don't look like this no more. So don't let them lie to you. But they can make themselves look like this. This is where you get the people in West Africa talking about what they worship in. Then they go up to Europe and they change. Okay, we're white. This is what Simon the Sorcerer was doing. Oh, I can go look like this. I can go look like that. I can go look like Kongo. Now I'm Jesus. And he was Tammuz. And you're praying in Christianity, oh, Jesus Christ. It's Simon the Sorcerer, who is Tammuz. Because he's the one that studied the Egyptian dark arts. Man. And of course, because of what happened with Solomon, we had other people doing the same. Because like I told you, there's only two kingdoms, Kongo or Shaitani. There's no in between. Okay? That's why when we go to the scriptures, and I'm gonna be done here, that's why you see now all of these Native American tribes, all of them over here. Let me see, where's the other one? All of these Native American tribes. I'm gonna show you what's up. All of these people in here. This is why the Most High got mad, because this is us. This is the Mukongo, Bana Betu. We fell. All of these people, we see all this in here. This is pre-colonial. This is Ottoman Empire, Kemet, all this other stuff. This was remember I told you, this said this is underwater. This is after the flood. Yes and no. This one is wrong because this belongs in that outer land where they hide in that. This was say underwater. It could have been starting to recede and the land started. That's possible, but it did eventually come back out. So that's not I'll say true. And then of course you see the similarity here. This is how you know what they're doing. You can look here and look here. So now you see this right here. Broken, you got all this that broke up. And now it says in Ezekiel 36, 24. Let's go to 20. I will sanctify my great name, what was profane among the heathen, and ye have profaned it in the midst of them. That's why when you tell people, I don't know nothing about no zombie, what Kong, who is that? They profaning Kongo's name among themselves with the gorilla name. And the heathens shall know I'm Tata nZambi. This is why you got the storm. It just announced it this weekend, going to pound California. And I'm telling you why. Because you got King Kong over there as a gorilla on the bridge. I've seen it because I drove by it because I went to Universal Studios. Oh, like that. That's why you're about to get hit with water. And getting hit with water because you got the Church of Satan over there and you started all this garbage with this demon Lilith. And guess what? All the people from here, I forgot to put Europe up there. I'm going to get it. Many of the tribes here, Let me get back to Asia. Let's see. And people here, same gods. Hundreds of them, because they multiplied themselves. Same gods, different name. But they picked the people of Kittim. They took the people from Kittim who are connected to Ashkenaz. Yapeta, Tarshish, you see there? In the Bible. And they mixed with the Canaan and Ishmael and all these other people and said, we're going to go reclaim this. All of this. We're going back and get it. Even though the Most High did this. And it's not right. It's all correct because it's historically accurate. So this is what it is now. They say, no, we're going to get all that back. This used to belong to Canes. That's what happened. So these jokers out here lying to you about history. Oh, we come to preach to you in the name of Jesus and God and Allah. And everything is about revenge against King Kongo. That's why you got your gods turned on you with theirs and said, now we're going to we need you. And what they did was they stole the knowledge of Bana Betu, who already knew the Creator, who already knew the Most High, who already had a Kuswa Kongo as the Messiah, the Mwanda Vilala as the parent, was speaking the language of the Creator Kikongo, which was what Lilith used to speak, Adama used to speak. Everybody spoke this language until she did what? She said, I reject. That's why they know what we're telling them it was right. But they don't want people to know because it's over. Like they mocked in The Wizard of Oz. This is why you got all these world leaders and you got all these people. Shh, shut up. Don't tell anybody nothing. Be quiet. Shh. We're really consuming Bana Betu. We're really consuming the Bakongo because they're the enemy to us. If nZambi God, what zombie? If nZambi, Tata nZambi, Pungutilo comes back, we done. We're trying to, she had the revenge factor in place. You take my children, I take yours. This is what he talks about, the recompense. You're going to recompense me? I'll recompense you back. This is what the world has been deceived by. And they did this all in secret so you wouldn't know. You think, oh, we still worshiping the real God? No, there's an imposter Yahweh out there. There's a real one and there's a fake one. So he goes back and he says, I will take you from among the heathen and gather our country, which I will bring you into your own land. Where are the heathens at? Where were they? All over this place. Everybody was doing some kind of idol worship. Even the Europeans who say, we the righteous civilization, we don't worship. You bow down before the most idols. Are you kidding me? In the church, the most idols. Oh, Jesus did away with that. Oh, no, it's a new covenant. Baloney. They tricking the Bantu people. We need your power. See, be gay. Yeah. Worship idols. Yeah. Uh, uh, don't pray right. Get away from your ways. Don't look like Tata nZambi no more. Word for us. Anybody who went against the Most High went the way of Cain. So it doesn't matter if there's a spiritual seed of Cain or not. You either with the Tata nZambi and Pungo or you with Cain. Period. That's Shaitani. That's the secrecy. I told you the Neolithic wars never stopped. Now you're just using fighter jets. Now you're just using tanks and helicopters, which they already had in the past. They made you believe, oh yeah, we're just coming out with these things to this. Helicopters back in Babylon. Fighter jets back in the days of Norca. They lying to you. They had the technology already there. What they wanted to do is make you pay for it. So that they can say, oh yeah, you want this knowledge? Boom. Yeah, give us some sacrifice. Shh. Y'all did this. Let them tell them, you did all of this stuff. This is you. Man, come on. You got civilizations that were built better in the past than what you're seeing now. No, you come from cavemen and women and everybody was evolution and all this lies. Everybody was hunter-gatherer, chucking spears, and scientific knowledge is a deception. You getting all of this, man, let me pull him up again. This is who giving you the medicine right here. This is what he named now. They changed it. Well, I just had a picture of this. Where is he at? It was this one place. Let me pull him up. This is who he is now. You think they didn't change? Say hello. What did I do? That's the name of the brand of the bag. Sorry. There we go. This is him now. Yeah. There you go. See, the dude even did the commercial. There you go now. This is what he looked like. But that's what he did, the black version of him right there. You see the symbol the doctors put on their jacket, on their shirt? There you go. You in Egypt. Welcome. This is what they use to control, to pacify the world. His concoction. Oh yeah, tell him it's science. That the nZambi has his own alchemy. This is the alchemist. People, man, you don't even know. They dumb you down because they did stuff to mess you up. But they ain't gonna tell you that. Shh. So now, just to give you an example, this became what people keep thinking they stole. This was actually created as an idea from the time of the seed of Cain. When I told you, mother, son, angel, from the time of Adama. Then they kept perfecting it through every society. Then they did it with Kemet. You see him holding the thing like this, like he crossing hands. That's not really an X. This is Kongo. Wakanda. This is Wakanda Forever Kongo. His X, the red X. Okay? This whole thing started back when she walked away from Adam. Adama ya Kongo. The name Adam is actually wrong because it's Atom. That's what they get. Atom, which is another deity. Adama, I know there's another name, the Zulu's name. I forgot what he called it, that chief did. And he's the one that came out of the water with the leopard. And that got passed down. And this is why you see Nimrod stole it. It wasn't his. And he had to grow to fit in it. That's how big man, when you see the people who wore that outfit, you pass out. If you see Hanok the way he was, he would be on the floor. Boom. What? I told you that art. I saw the whole thing. I said, man, that's not all right. The space they put. I said, man. I said they show Noah and the thing. I said Noah couldn't even walk through that door. That door was too small. So Sam and them be like, hey, make this door bigger. You have no idea. They're lying to you. They actually made people smaller. This guy, he played a role in that so that the gods can look down again. But they used to make them a lot bigger back then too. They always want to be bigger than you. Oh yeah, we look down on you. Tata nZambi's like, get out of here. Now it's time for them to get out of here for real. And now it went a little too long. I really did. This is Colinto. What did I do? That's not the right verse. Oh no, here it is. This is how you say the Father, the Son, and the Holy Spirit, the real version. Mfumu Yesu Kristu yezola kwa nZambi yentwadi opeve. Zambi Yesu or Kuswa, which Kuswa means the same as Kristu, Mpeve or Moyo, which we also said Saku Panzu and Zinga. And Zinga also is, and Zinga means Holy Spirit. That's the real one. This is the imposter. Look what they look like when they did this book. And they both lost their phalanx. That's why you got the obelisk. This one got killed by the pig. Sam cut his off. Okay, he lost the pig, and Samuel cut his off. So they got the two phalanx in front of the pyramid of the pyramid that they made, Khufu made, who actually was a Bantu, looking for food. Okay, and in the days of Noka, they already built this. That's why when I go to Ioane, John chapter 21, this is how ignorant people have become because of these false gods. And there are also many other things that Kuswa, Yisu, Jesus is this guy. Let me pull him up. Jesus is this guy. But now he looked like this. And the reason why they call him that is because the pig ate him and killed him. Now he looked like this. Yeah. Because I told you it's about revenge. That's why they got him sitting here with the halo. The dragon has the halo. If this was the real Messiah, he would have a crown above his head always, even if it was invisible. Oh, you don't even know. Okay. I'm about to end this because I went way too long. The grace of Isai Kongo and the Zola of Tata nZambi in the communion of the Monavela be with you all. That's the real ones. Okay. So now, that's why he said this book. And if there was also many other things that Kuswa, Yisu did, the which if they should be written, every one, I suppose that even the world itself could not contain the books that should be written. So there's no way Christianity has preached the full gospel of the Messiah anywhere. It hasn't happened. No way. Catholics, there ain't nobody preached the full gospel. That's why he says now in 2 Corinthians 4, Corinto, therefore, seeing we have this ministry, as we have received mercy, we faint not, but have renounced the hidden things of dishonesty, not walking in the craftiness, nor handling of the word of Tata nZambi deceitfully, which they have now, but by the manifestation of the truth, commending ourselves to every man's conscience the sight of Tata nZambi. But if our gospel be hid, it is hid to them that are lost. And that is exactly what has happened over the last 1900 years because of this joker. Him. You lost completely. He took over. He's the God that conquered the Native Americans. His mother's spirit and in Africa, and was even in Africa at the time. Revenge, it was the Bantu slavery was the revenge of ISIS. Yes, we did not have any connection with her and Tata nZambi. No, they're not the same. There's no Holy Spirit there. It's a demonic spirit. So y'all want to do Kemet, go right ahead. I'm telling you, y'all talking about the Ankh, bam. This who it came from, people. This woman. So I'm telling y'all, it didn't come from no Eve. You all say what you want. That's why she's the mother. She passes it along because she's looking for love. Her children, she's always trying to find lovers through sorcery and witchcraft. Kuswa Kongo was crucified on an X, no T. The T was for Tammuz. That Ankh is for Lilith. So there's certain people have talked about in Awakening that I agree with, but they still need to be more woke to Kongo. We did not, our forefathers never worshiped anything of wood and stone or anything. Nkisi was given to us by the Maliki Kongo or anyone who is supposed to be like a Maliki Kongo as a Tata nZambi. And like I told people, don't ever think just because they say nZambi that they're not one of the people who had a hand in rejecting Kuswa Kongo. And don't ever think that just because somebody says they are Kuswa Kongo, that they are the real Jesus Christ. I told people there was a strong delusion coming. I have now seen the manifestation of this since the awakening started. I already told people there was a delusion already in place even before the awakening even started 50 years ago. People didn't even realize it till now. I said, wow, they were waiting on us. Yes, she was waiting on everybody, that woman. This is the false Holy Spirit, people, that got people on the floor like this. Jesus, Jesus. That people got people like falling down. Boom, oh yeah, Jesus, Jesus. No, the Holy Spirit doesn't do that. I witnessed that for a fact. If anything, you rise up. That's why we were jumping. The Holy Spirit, jump, jump, jump. Oh, we rise. That's the real reason why you jump up and down in church. Not because you got the Holy Ghost, like how you say it, because you are going to now manifest in the power and use it with greatness. Not acting a fool and jumping. No, it wasn't like that. They mocking us with that. You mocking yourself with that. Because you can't get the Holy Ghost talking to this guy. Because that's who the slave master attached us to. That's their God. People don't even know, man. That's why Tata nZambi, and this is why this is why the world looks like this now. You don't even know. Already divided. Okay? Anyway, I wanted to say real quick. Yeah, that's why he said, in whom the God of this world has blinded the minds of them which believe not, lest the light of the glorious gospel of Christ. What gospel is that? It's not just the 66 books or the 80 or whatever. It's exactly what it says in this book. Your Honor, the one that's bigger than the whole world. You better be, man, that has to be spit out from you from the inside. And it's coming. It's going to make everybody look stupid. Oh, he didn't exist. Oh, no, this and that. Kuswa Kongo existed, and his scriptures are bigger than the earth. So are the Most High. Yeah, so this right here, this is their God. You know, they're not telling the truth, people. I'm telling you, they suckered you into rebuilding the cities of Tubal Cain unawares. And they destroyed, and the same gods that the Native Americans were praying to turned on them. And our ancestors that shouldn't have been, when we shouldn't have, because those same gods I showed you caused the argument in Kongo. Because we were arguing about who should be doing what. So the Most High said, okay, then I'll send the ones that are the top for these gods. Christianity, Islam. He sent them because we were not acting right. That's how you went into slavery for the Islamic slave trade. And then it started when they started to build Mystery Babylon, boom, the 400 years started. And don't tell me they don't know, because that's the gods of every religion. Every religion. That's why Revelation 3 and 9 is why he said that. And that's what caused these people to lose their land. This was revenge. They were seeking revenge on what I showed you. This was part of the land of Shem. Oh, we're gonna get back at him. Oh, we're gonna enslave his people on his land. That's what they did. This is why we have similar clothing, because of the fringes. But that don't mean they come from the Most High people. Because nZambi wore the same clothes that our priests started to wear down the line. Similar bloodline. It's all a family feud. The whole thing. Big family feud. You just don't recognize each other. All right. I think I was going to talk about this one, but I wanted to read this. For if he that cometh preaching another is not, it's Messiah. Messiah. He didn't say Jesus. He could have said Yusuf, but I guarantee he said whom we have not preached. Or if we receive another spirit which you have not received, another gospel. That's why gospel is this come from them and come from this and come from that. The Book of the Dead, Helios Biblios. They mixed it together with Bantu scrolls. I told you she knew our word. She knew the true gospel, the true Most High Tata. She mixed it. We don't battle against flesh and blood. It wasn't the white man or the black. It wasn't anybody with flesh. It was the spirit behind it. She did this to recompense Tata nZambi with all the others, and used those people because they lack no what they destroyed everything, turned them like that out of anger. They don't even know witchcraft, sorcery, all this stuff. That's what the Most I said. I tear down, they build back up. They don't. That's why they keep standing in there. We will rebuild everything that's been torn all the time. Oh, our communities in shambles. We're gonna rebuild. We're gonna rebuild. All along, not telling you the Creator tore it down because you're being lied to. You're under curses because of this. You don't even know. Got his symbol in the middle of Washington, D.C. with the Twin Towers. Represent these two. Mocking Kongo in New York. These are the ones mocking King Kongo with the Statue of Liberty. King Kongo mocking the gorilla. That's why he came to us and said, okay, I'll show you. Mock me. Boom, nigga, your towers. So the same God you say you praying to, he knocked down the towers. Ha! Oh God, Jesus, help us. Please, we're falling. Your leaders did that to you because they're trying to kill the Most High. He's sending a message, I'm not mocked. And they knew he was going to do it. That's the thing that you understand. And they played the scenario beautifully. Oh, terrorists. Why do you think they let Osama bin Laden's family leave the country? You guys don't understand. They would be what? Suspects. All right, I'm done. I'll come into the zombie. Bayete Kosi. Hopefully, this will shed some light on why people need to come out of this harlot. She is not who you think she is in any religion. These jokers take any form, whatever they want to be, to tell any lie and story about false gods. And I'm talking on the behalf of the Great Spirit, which is really Tata nZambi and Pongo Tulendo a Kongo Yahweh, who created heaven and earth. And many of these stories about creation that you receive come from these Anunnaki, pretending to be him. Oh, they don't exist. Aliens don't, oh no, they don't exist. Shh, the giant, we made more giants. Go away. Shh, disappear. They trying everything they can to stop the Bantu people from waking up. They control all your leaders in Africa, even the ones that ain't who you think they are. They're controlling all the religions. They're the one that I try to tell you, be careful, because they're the ones got the Tokwis and the Kimbango separated. They're supposed to be one. Why do you think that happened? Oh, Kimbango is the Most High. Toko is Jesus. You're supposed to be like Kimbangu. You're supposed to be like Toko. You're supposed to be like Kuswa Kongo, Yesu Kristu. Not waiting for nothing. That's why they're telling you they don't want no little itty bitty powerful people running around here doing this stuff, because then it's all exposed. That's why they come after anybody that can do power. This is who ran over Toko with the lawnmower. Jeez. This is who tried to push him out the plane and try to blow him up. Christianity don't know. That's why I tell my, we had a discussion. You worshiping Baal. Well, Baal still, this joker here gonna still masquerade like he's God until the Most High expose him. And you have imposters every day telling you, oh yeah, I'm this, I'm that. Tata nZambi said, I shall send thee a strong delusion. Oh, you didn't even ask. How can this be? I was supposed to be your king. And I decide. Don't let these people tell you, oh, the Most High said, the Most High said, and the Most High said, I didn't send them. I didn't say that. And never assume he can't use anybody he wants, no matter where they are. Africa is very important, 100%. And there are some people who do a lot of things there to help us grow. But to assume he won't use other people besides there, you don't know what he did. And if you think otherwise, it's like, oh, that could be a strong delusion. Because he's going to tell you, oh, okay, you think I can't, okay. Yeah, I do, always there. I'm always, oh yeah, everything has to be from there. We're all the same bloodline. We're all connected. We all know where we come from now with most people, not most, but many people. There's a lot of people in the diaspora that just kept things like this. We can't talk about that. They'll kill you. We know all this stuff that's going on, but because they will. But Tata nZambi said, no, time's up. But don't think they're going to still try. They're going to fight. It's a war. That's why they're going to come out. They're going to come out with all kind of ways. Nah, you talking this, you talking that. Wait and see. Wait and see. The apocalypse of the apocalypse of Elia is not joking. Because these spirits used to occupy, and they still right now they occupying, except now she going away. The kingdom of Kongo, the Africa, the Bana Betu lands. Y'all don't know who you're talking to sometimes. These spirits can go in and out. You think one time you're talking to the Montevideo, next thing you know, you're talking to one of her sisters now, other witches. You don't even know. Because if you're doing something the Most High don't like, the Holy Spirit leave, and that spirit comes in. That's how it works. We know. For those that know, we're not blind. The other people are blind to this concept. All right. Zola Quingi and Sambalolo, Izawezi Yabe Kongo Kutwala, Ingita.